Hello, bookish friends in the internet. Welcome and welcome back to my account. My name is Drew, and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading. Yay, we are back. I didn't mean to take a little break from you guys. It's just I haven't been feeling well with COVID and everything. Anyways, I am here with our readathon announcement / TBR video. So this is like part one to my ambitious TBR for March. This readathon is called Spring Into Reading, a readathon hosted by Mel over at Completely Melanie, and then Kaylani from Kaylani Simply Me, and Clint from Clint Reader's Corner, I believe. I'll leave all their correct information down below because I have every single thing you would need to know about this readathon. So the readathon starts March 20th through March 27th, but since they did so well with their prompts this year, they decided themselves that they wanted to do it as a whole month. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do the bingo board as a whole month. So that's why there's a lot of books here for just 1 week readathon. There's an author live show with TJ Kloon on Melanie's channel on Saturday, March 26th at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then there's the after hour live show Saturday, March 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern, also on Melanie's channel. I'll leave Melanie's, Kaylani's, and Clint's readathon announcement listed down below. And yeah, let's just jump into it. This is the bingo board for this month, and the rest are just like information for the reading challenges and hosts' favorite books and all that. So I'll be talking about that today. And again, sorry for sniffles, coughs, whatever we have here. So let's just get started, shall we? So the first book, or the first prompt on this bingo board is Spring Cleaning. Read a book that has been collecting dust on your shelf. For me, I have two of those. One of them is an old book too. So the first one of these I immediately thought of Four Dead Queens by Astrid Schultz for this prompt. This is an Owl Crate book that I had since like 2018, and it's now 2022, so definitely been a few years since I had this book. I'm still very interested in it. It sounds very similar to Three Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake, and I know my friend Izzy, who has a YouTube channel here, she read this and loved it, and it's one of her favorites, she said. So I might read it for this readathon, we'll see. And then the other one I have for this one is The Beauty of Darkness by Mary E. Pearson. This is the third and final book in the Remnant Chronicles trilogy. I read book 1 and 2, absolutely loved them, and I just need to finish this trilogy off with book 3. This is an oldie but a goodie trilogy on this channel. And on book 2, again, it's a floppy, thick paperback, so I definitely want to read this one the most, just so I can complete another series this year. I'm trying to do good with my series that I want to read, so that's what most of these books are for. Next challenge is New Beginnings. Read a first book in a series, and for that one, I picked These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. This is the first book in a new duology, and book 2 is supposedly come out in July, I think. I know I'm buddy reading this with my friend Lori. I just don't know when she wants to read it, because I think she wanted to read it till we get closer to book 2. But the way that I keep seeing this cover on my shelf, and the way people are talking about this book and now the sequel, I'm like, I gotta hop onto this bandwagon before the series is out. I got this in my Beacon book box, so it's a signed copy as well, so we love that. And yeah, I just don't know much about this except it has some fays in here. That's all I need to know. Next is Wetshirt Contest. Read a smutty book, which I don't read a whole lot of smut, but I do have a few adult romances on my shelf that I want to try and get to. One of them is The Bromance Book Club by Alyssa K. Adams. This one I started to read last year or 2019. I got to chapter 10, page 125, so like halfway through the book almost, and I don't know, I just wasn't loving the audiobook, so I might physically read this month. That's gonna be hard for me because I tried physically reading another book and I just couldn't. So this will go for that prompt. And I know all 4 books are out, and book 5 is supposedly coming out this December, so we love that. Next prompt is road trip, listen to an audiobook. Any of these can count. I have audiobooks for a majority of my books on this list, so any of these can count. Next challenge is Life's a Beach, read an easy book. For that one, I picked Graceling by Kirsten Cashore. This is a graphic novel, so it's definitely going to be an easy read, and definitely one I want to get to this month because I want to read Fire, which is the sequel to this. So I figured it would be fun rereading it again for the second time, because I read it for the first time again last year, and now I'm rereading it again in its graphic novel form, so I definitely feel like this is an easy read. Fresh air, read a book outside. I would like to try and read The Dragon Republic outside if I can. This is a 700-page book almost, and I'm buddy reading this with a whole lot of people who I'll leave down below in the description. I can't really think of their names right now, I'm so sorry, but there's a Discord / read along happening for this trilogy, and they're reading The Dragon Republic in March. So I definitely want to get to this in March just because I love the Poppy Wars so much last month. Spring fashion, read a book with a beautiful cover. There's so many I have on my shelf. This one right here, This Poison Heart by Kaylin Barron. I read Cinderella is Not Dead and loved it, so I definitely want to read this and see if I will love it as much as Cinderella. And if you can't tell, this is like a stunning owl crate cover, so we love that. Next book I have is read one of Mel's favorite books, and so for that we're going to refer to our list. These are all the books on Mel's favorite list, and I read this trilogy. I read Dorothy Must Die. Have not read the majority of these. I have read the Clockwork Angel series, but it's also a reread that I started a while back, and I just never got a chance to finish it up. So I have Clockwork Princess that I can do for reading one of Mel's favorite books, so I definitely would love to reread this finale, and again, it will make me wrap up another trilogy, and again, I just know I'm gonna cry in this one, so we'll see. And I do love me some Cassie Clare. Let's see, what do we have? Next is April Showers, read a book you think will make you cry. I know I cried in their debut novel, so I feel like they're going to make me cry in The Ghost We Keep by Mason Beaver. This is their second sophomore novel, and I'm just ready to cry in here. This is on my 5-star prediction TBR as well, so I definitely would love to get this off my list, and hopefully I'll love it as much as I think I will. Next I have is Luck of the Irish, read a book with green on the cover. And next one I picked for that was Jade Fire Gold by June C. L. Tan. This has green all over it, obviously, the spine, the front, and it has sprayed edges, so I'm totally counting it. And plus, this is like one of the owl crates that I'm actually interested in reading at the moment, so definitely want to get to it in March as well. And I know my Scrib has the audiobook for this, so definitely going to try and listen to this if I can. Next is read one of Clint's favorite books. So Clint has a lot of favorites that I loved, so I read the majority of these, but these are all Clint's favorites. So the one I have for him, sorry, I'm trying not to make these so loud. But the one I have for him is Boyfriend Material by Alex Hall. My friend Brittany actually got me this for Christmas last year, so thank you so much, Brittany. I cannot wait to read this. This sounds amazing. It says, wanted one fake boyfriend, practically perfect in every way. I know there's fake dating involved, which I love. And a lot of these books I'm picking out are fantasy, so it's great to have some contemporary and adult romances mixed in with my fantasy books. Next book I have is Self-Care, Take a Day for Yourself. So obviously no book for that. Next is to read the group book, and the group book is The Extraordinaries by TJ Klune, and they're gonna have TJ Klune on Melanie's channel, which is like freaking awesome. I love TJ Klune. So I already read The Extraordinaries a few years ago and absolutely loved it. So I'm gonna continue on and read Flash Fire by TJ Klune. This is the sequel to The Extraordinaries, obviously. And book 3, Heat Wave, come out in July. So definitely, if I read this in March, I would only have a few months to wait. But I'm definitely very excited to see what this sequel has in store. I absolutely loved book 1, so I cannot wait to see what the other hosts think of book 1. And yeah, I'm just super excited to get back into this world. Next prompt is Spring Forward, read a sequel. So that one I'm gonna read Our Violet Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the second and final book in this duology, and I'm buddy reading this with my friend Sydney, Mandy, and my friend Taylor. So I'm very excited to read this. I'm gonna say that the whole video. I'm just excited for all these books. Next book I have is Love is in the Air, read a romance or a book centered around friendship. The next book I have for that is Still With Me by Jessica Casolo. If I don't get to this in the next week or so, I'll definitely put it in my March TBR, because I read book 1 and 2 this month and absolutely devoured them. So I definitely want to obviously finish up the series, and I cannot believe I waited this long to read this whole trilogy. And thank you so much, Taylor, who recommended me this book. I cannot believe it take me this long to read them. Very excited to get to this video, or wow, can you tell it's been a while since I filmed, to get to the sequel, and it's definitely romance, and I'm curious to see how this one will end after how book 2 ended. Next is Over the Rainbow, read a classic or a fairy tale, or a retelling, Melanie said. So I picked Unbirthday by Liz Braswell. This is the 10th installment of the Twisted Tale series. It says, what if Wonderland was in Pearl and Alice was very, very late? Definitely very excited for this one, and I have so many other retellings that I could have chose from, but this cover is calling my name, so we love that. Next is Spring Break, read a book with travel or vacation. This one could also work for a book that's been collecting dust on your shelf, and that is Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. This is an old book I had on my shelf forever. I don't know if you can see, but the top right there is kind of getting yellowed, just from how old it is. And I just don't know if I will read this one. I wanted to put it on here for this prompt because I thought of it for this prompt, and so yeah, it's on here. Will I read it? I don't know. I love me Morgan Matson book, which I haven't read her new one yet, but I definitely want to read this one as well. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll get to it, but it's in my video. Next I have is Refresh Your TBR, get yourself a new book, which is hard for me because I'm on a book buying ban in March. Next is read one of Kaylani's favorite books / authors. I forgot to grab the book for it because it's in my February book haul, but I'm gonna be reading either November 9 or Ugly Love. You guys will have to let me know down below. Or I also have Verity. Those are all 3 books by Colleen Hoover. I have Verity, Ugly Love, or November 9. You guys get to vote for that one. Vote it down below, A, B, or C, and I will pick whatever wins the most vote. So I'll let you guys help me pick for that, but I want to get more into Colleen Hoover books because the only one I read was It Ends With Us, and I loved it. So yeah. Next prompt is Women's March, read a book with a strong female character. And according to my Goodreads Google list is Fire by Kirsten Cashore. This has a strong female main character. So like I said, I'm rereading books 1 through 3 in order to read Winterkeep, and yeah, I just can't wait. I love book 1, so definitely gonna be rereading book 2. Also one of Kaylani's favorite books is Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. or also known as House in Earth and Blood. So I definitely could finish this up in March. I started it and I'm on page 400 and I'm really enjoying it. I'm just slowly but surely taking my time with it. So this could also count for that vote. Next book I have is Read Like an Aries. Read a book under 250 pages. I'm sad that I haven't got to this book yet because it was in my February TBR, and that is Where the Drowned Girls Go by Shauna McGuire. This is the 7th installment of the Wayward Children series. So small, I don't need to say anything more. Next prompt is Read It Past Season-a-thon group book or author, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Emily Webley and Austin Sigma Broca was an author group book one year, and so I have the newest release, What's Not to Love. Definitely want to read this soon. And then Spring Court, read a book with fairies in it. I forgot to grab this book as well, but I'm going to read A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. And then Tiny Umbrella, drink your favorite iced beverage, whatever that will be, probably water, tea, my double chocolate chip grande, whichever one I'm in the mood for. But yeah, that is everything for the readathon, all the books I'm hoping to read. If you guys are participating in Spring Into Readathon, let me know down below, as I will always love to see what you guys are reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day or night. If you want to buddy read any of these books that I mentioned down below, leave a comment down below and I'll reach out to you via Instagram or Twitter. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night. Mel, Kaylani, and Clint, I cannot wait to do this readathon. You guys are doing amazing, and I'll leave their channels down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have not hit that subscribe button yet, please do. Turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me soon. And I will talk to you guys down in the comments. Bye. Love you.